Hey, this is Dave C., and we are back. This is an opinion piece from Hans von Sparkowski from Fox News. And thus far, Special Counsel Robert Mueller has not alleged any criminal collusion between the Trump campaign and Russian officials. But what if he does? Well, if he follows past Justice Department legal guidance adopted by the Office of Legal Counsel, the answer in regard to the president is pretty much nothing. Long ago, back in the Nixon era, an OLC concluded that indicting a criminally prosecuted sitting president would violate the Constitution by undermining the capacity of the executive branch to perform its constitutionally assigned functions. The progressive left knows they don't have the political power inside Congress to impeach President Trump, but they openly fantasize that Mueller will one day indict him on charges of criminal conspiracy. This, they think, would lead to either his conviction and removal from office or so severely handicap his presidency that he would be forced to resign. Unhappily for the left, Mueller, as a special counsel of justice, is obligated to follow departmental policies. In 1973, OLC issued an opinion on whether the president, vice president, and other civil officers of the federal government can be subjected for criminal prosecution while in office. It concluded that while the vice president and other officers, such as cabinet officials, can be criminally prosecuted, the president cannot due to his unique position under the Constitution. The necessity to defend a criminal trial or attend court would interfere with the president's unique official duties, much of which cannot be performed by anyone else, the opinion stated. The OLC further noted that a criminal proceeding would hamstring the operation of the whole government apparatus, both in foreign and domestic affairs. In fact, the spectacle of an indicted president still trying to serve as chief executive officer boggles the imagination. The president is selected in a highly complex nationwide effort that involves most of the major socioeconomic and political forces of our whole society. According to OLC, it would be incongruous to bring him down before the Congress is acted by a jury of 12 selected by chance off the street. And again, that was an opinion piece by Hans A. von Sparkowski and that comes to us from Fox News. Monica Lewinsky announces why she supports #MeToo. The White House turned tabloid celebrity Monica Lewinsky revealed in an essay published Sunday why she strongly supports the #MeToo movement and Time's Up initiative to combat sexual assault and harassment. In a Vanity Fair piece, she noted the 90s affair with President Bill Clinton, when she was a 20-something White House intern, was a gross abuse of power on his part, saying the idea of consent might be rendered moot. She wrote, I now see how problematic it was that the two of us even got to a place where there was a question of consent. It said the road that led there was littered with inappropriate abuse of authority, station, and privilege. Lewinsky wrote about how the support for the women's movement has encouraged her to evolve beyond a victim consciousness. She noted that she was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder several years ago. My hope, given the 2 decades that have passed, is that we are now at a stage where we can untangle the complexities and context, which might help lead to an eventual healing and a systematic transformation, she said in an essay. Russian officials call U.S. charges a joke worthy of actor Jim Carrey. A spokeswoman for Russia's foreign ministry spokeswoman says the U.S. indictment charging 13 Russians with trying to influence the U.S. presidential election is ridiculous enough to be the work of a professional comedian. State News TASS quoted ministry spokeswoman Marina Zakharova saying Sunday, I sometimes get the impression that behind these statements that are made in the U.S., some of their most popular comedians may be Jim Carrey. The indictment issued February 16th alleges a businessman linked to President Vladimir Putin and other Russians ran a troll farm that created false social media content. Oakland mayor warns of impending ICE raid, ramping up sanctuary city tension. The mayor of a sanctuary city in California issued a warning that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, could be conducting a raid in the area as soon as Sunday, ratcheting up tension with feds while giving her constituents an early heads up. Libby Schaaf, the Democratic mayor of Oakland, shared the warning, which she said learned from multiple credible sources in a press release on Saturday, not to panic our residents, but to protect them. The mayor said she didn't know further details of the ICE operation, but claimed she felt it was her duty and moral obligation as mayor to give those families fair warning when the threat appears imminent. The feds detained at least 4 people Sunday, a program manager for the San Francisco Immigrant Legal Education Network told the San Francisco Examiner, although the paper noted it was unclear if the detentions were related to any border ICE operations. Schaaf, during a news conference on Sunday, also said she told mayors of the other Bay Area cities of the impending ICE sweep. That's our news, and we are coming right back at you. So stay tuned for us, and we'll be back.